Hi everybody, today I'm going to play with one of the fun little tools that you can get in the Frosted Design store. Great for mixed media, cards, layouts, anything. Because what the magic stamp is, it's a moldable foam stamp. It comes like this and you get 8 of these in your package. So you have lots of sides that you can use and keep. As you can see here, now I haven't cleaned mine off and that's why it's got ink on it. But this was a basket here. This was a bunch of floss. These were some coins that were in my wallet. This is the side of a bird feeder, the little grid cage. This right here was a magnet from Charleston with all the little row of houses. So you can see that you can take these and really utilize them. I'm going to use a nice clean one here today so that you can have a nice clean stamp for me to play with. So anyway, I'm going to do this basket shape here. Now I'm going to have to heat this up for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to press this into the basket for 20 seconds. Okay? Okay, now let's see what we got here. Okay, so I have a nice little grid pattern. And the reason I chose this basket is that I'm going to be doing today a coffee mug, and this is going to be my stamp that I'm going to use for the tabletop. Okay, so I'm going to take some Stays On, and this is in the Timber Brown, and I'm choosing Stays On because I know I'm going to take ink and go over it, and I want to make sure this is a nice waterproof. So we just ink this stamp up just like you would any other normal stamp. And I'm going to line that up as best I can with my little horizon there. Okay. And there we go. Cool beans. Love it. And when you're choosing materials to stamp with, to make your stamp with, don't choose things that you can make a stamp with as is anyway, like bubble wrap, because that would be kind of a waste. Use things that you don't want to use ink on and ruin, like a basket, you know, thread, wire. There's all sorts of things. So there we go. Using the moldable stamp, okay, I have made my own little background. Now I'm going to take some ink that I have already sprayed. This is leftover ink, and all I got to do is add some water to this to reactivate this. So as you can see, my ink has reactivated, okay, and because I've got some of the Lindy's in there, I actually have a nice little shimmer going. So I'm just going to take that with my foam brush, and I'm just going to wipe that right across for my tabletop. Okay. Okay, so like I said, you can do a coffee cup or you can do what you drink out of your tea. This is actually a coffee cup, but I drink my hot tea out of it. This is one of my favorite cups, okay? So take one of your, favorite cups, whether it's a coffee cup, a tea cup, whatever you want. Draw it out on a piece of paper and cut it out. And that way you can do any type of texture or anything that you want in the background, and this can be just glued to the front of that texture. This is an actual tea bag called Winter Spice, okay? So I just cut the tea bag off after I used it, and then I painted white over this so that I can do something fun with that. And what I plan on doing with that is taking my stamp. I'm going to take my deep red Betty Davis Eyes rubber stamp, okay, made in the USA, and I want to choose either just the lips or the eye, and I'm really torn. I don't know which one I want to do because I really like both of them. Let me just lay that over. Yeah, I think it's going to be the eye. I don't know. I'm just kind of wanting to do that. So let me just take, again, my Stays On Timber Brown. I'm just going to ink up one eye here. And I'm going to turn this over so I know I get it just where I want it. And press in. And hopefully that's going to come up good. If it doesn't, then I'll just repaint it and do it again. Oh yeah. I love that. See, now my little tea bag has his eyeball just coming out of it. Now, you got to admit, that's a cool stamp. I'm getting a lot of uses out of this Betty Davis face that I never thought I would. So I'm really enjoying that. So I have my coffee mug. Now I need to work on a background. And I think I'm going to do kind of a plain background so that I can do my journaling words on here. But I am going to do some steam that's coming out of the cup. And I'm going to take this deep red cling stamp and I'm going to do it first because steam is kind of a background. It's not really in the front. I really like the flourish part. I think that would be a cool steam effect. So I'm going to take this end of the stamp which has the flourish. And I'm just going to ink it. If I get some of the heart, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I have my mug about where I want it to be. Doesn't matter if that's perfect either. If you'll notice, one thing I like to do is not making everything perfect. And see, now I have a little bit of steam coming out. I even like the heart coming out of it, actually. And if I want to do a second and third stamp out of it to make more steam. There we go. There's my steam that'll be coming out of my tea. Okay. So great use for another stamp. And now I can paint my background over that and it will show up just like it did here. And I think I'm going to choose this blue. And I'm just going to, like I said, this is before. We did this before where you take the water, reactivate my ink on here. Okay. Swirl my brush around, get all the ink. Could use that to be a little juicier. So just add another little bit of water because I don't want it to be really thick and opaque. I'm kind of going for more of a water color effect. And just going to spread this down. Okay, so I have my coffee cup. I like its little grungy look now. I took my tea bag and I put that back in and I just cut a slit right here through the coffee cup and taped the string to the back. Okay, and I've got my steam coming up and I've got my tabletop, but I want a little more texture on my tabletop here. So I'm going to take some Distress Crackle Paint, okay, by Ranger. This is the clear rock candy. And I'm going to just cover this base with a spatula. And then I'm going to let it dry, and that'll be a while because I want it to thoroughly dry, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to take some of my ink sprays. I'm going to try this one here. It's got some yellows, pinks, golds, a little bit of white, and give it a little spritz here, I guess up in the gold area. And then we're just going to lay that right over that. Just see what happens. I think my paper was a little too wet. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, I'm going to let everything dry real well, then I'm going to come back and do my journaling, so I'll be back in a few. And I'm going to use them to do my journaling over here. So my journaling is going to be life is like a cup of tea. It's all in how you make it. Okay, I'll finish that up off camera so I don't bore you to death. And I'm going to take a little bit of this brown over here, add just a little bit of water so it's not too strong. Again, it's in my little tray. Okay, but I want just kind of a wash. I don't want anything strong. I'm going to start by just kind of washing that on there like so. Just to dilute that a little bit. And if I want to go in and add stronger around the edges, I can. And of course you can blot. You want to make it look even a little more aged. Okay. And then one of the last things that I'm going to be working on is adding a couple butterflies here and there. Really like how that looks. I mean, I love butterflies. I'm not going to kid you. So I'm going to take my stencil and very little use. I'm going to take this is the Vibrant Turquoise in the Delusions that I've been using today for my page. So I have a little bit here. Now I'm not even going to suck it up. I'm just going to put my tip in there. And then I'm going to scribble draw here. Okay, color that in. Okay, I lied. I did suck up some. But I don't want the butterflies to be really bright. I want them to kind of blend in and look like the rest of the page, which I think has kind of an artsy look to it. I don't know if artsy is the right word or if it's just, I don't know, scribbly. Very high-tech word there. Okay. Alright, all I gotta do is finish my journaling up, and I think I'm done. I don't know. Sometimes I always come back and add things. But for the most part, we're done. I hope that you show us your pages. Okay, we love to see them. Join us over on the Frosted Design blog and over on the Frosted Design Facebook page and show us what you made. Okay, and hopefully even my mistakes today will help you know that everybody makes mistakes and you just don't worry about it so much. Okay, these are just journaling pages. They're not going in a museum. They're not going to be juried for a show. They're just for fun, and they're just for you. So keep that in mind and have fun. Okay? See you guys next Sunday, and have a great week. Bye-bye.